Hello, my Z followers, and welcome back to the question where you have the question and I have the answers. And if you guys have not noticed, I cut my hair. I did this myself. I'm very proud. It's because, like I said in the last video, long hair is annoying, and I didn't have the skill to go and cut it like super short like I wanted it to. But I'm really happy with this. And yes, if you do not like it, I do not care, because I like it, and that is what matters. Do you? Always. Anyway, on to today's question. Today's question is, what are my thoughts on evolution? And I guess that means, like, are we still evolving? Are we evolving in different ways? Is there such thing as personal evolution? And so on and so forth. And to start off, let us recap that evolution is the development of a specimen from a simple form to a more complex form. And if we're going on that definition, then hell yes, we are still evolving, both personally and as a species. Always, 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 always. I mean, just look at the generational differences. Of course we're evolving. Maybe it's not like physically, but definitely just belief wise and just as people, we are totally evolving. I mean, that's why we have that generational gap between boomers and millennials and Gen Z I guess. There's that huge difference of like becoming more and more vocal, I guess, and more like aware and more just like progressive thinking, as they've had to become. You know, as circumstances have changed, each generation has sort of adapted to rise to that occasion, and is learning and is adapting. And that's, I guess, the forefront of evolution, is the ones that survive are the ones that, well, it's natural selection actually. The ones that learn and adapt are the ones that survive and go forth and become the new generation and welcome that new generation. Yeah, and then it's the same for personal evolution. But I think there's like two different ways you can evolve as a person. One where it's like you consciously choose to do something over and over, it becomes a habit, and you are choosing to change yourself in a certain way, or choosing to do this, or choosing to grow this way. And that's where your character comes from, is what you choose to stand for, what you choose to do. There's that kind of evolution, and then there's that reactional evolution, that survival instinct, where someone does something and the way you react, and react that same way over and over and over again, and then that's how you become a person. And there's nothing wrong with that, just there's a more negative connotation when you grow through reaction than when you grow through character. Because I think something bad's happening to you and it's traumatizing, that's why you act that way, hence where we get anxiety and executive dysfunction and mental illnesses from. Whether if you choose to do something, it's usually more positive growth. But, of course, everything is just... Then you have like where'd I go? I just left that sentence hanging. Then you have the more biological sort of repercussions of what you choose to do or your reaction. You know, people, because mental illness can run in the family, so I guess like if you choose, I guess not choose, but you react enough to cause depression and anxiety, then, you know, that sort of opens that doorway for everybody else descended from you to have those mental illnesses as well. Like, it's not your fault. That's just how DNA works, and DNA is a bitch and can be stupid, and the way genetics works is also a bitch, because it's like, why does one sibling end up with all the mental health issues, not the other? That's a rant for another day. But this is more controllable evolution, I guess, because I don't know shit enough about genetics to talk about it. I just know that genetics is a bitch, and it's like a wild card, and you don't know what you're gonna get. And that's when you get stuff like Gattaca going, hey, you can choose what kind of DNA, what kind of character traits, what kind of personality traits your child could have, what kind of like biological features they can have, and that's just insane because everybody is a gift to humanity and everyone is special and you can learn something from everyone and everyone has the potential for good and has the potential to be great, and that is my firm belief. Yes, that is why eugenics is bad, because we should cherish everybody. Okay, that was a side rant, but yes. Eugenics is not evolution, by the way, so fuck that shit. Killing anybody because they aren't perfect, that's not evolution. That is fucked up and awful, and I've gotten so sidetracked from the prompt, which is evolution. But it's like that selective breeding for dogs, almost, is what we're trying to do for humans in eugenics, like on a wider scale, with more depth. And I just gonna be like, well, breeding dogs is okay because you get fluffy, like, cute corgis and purebred huskies and that kind of stuff. And we're like, yeah, that's cool. Then you look into all the different genetic issues they have, and you're just like, oh, maybe it's not a good idea. It's like that with humans. Maybe killing all the diversified humans isn't a good thing. And it's just like, well, maybe, if it's the one with, like, because you have Victoria Woodhull, who's great, but then she was just like, what if we kill all the disabled people? And once again, everybody would be like, that's okay. But once you look under the surface and you're like, okay, no, that's not okay. You can't just all decide something's okay. Then again, of course, in the 30s we did. Okay, that was my little side rant. And we just have to be ourselves and choose to be the great person that we do. And I know that's hard, and evolving is hard, and personal evolution is totally hard, and it sucks because you don't know what to do, because almost everybody's done it before you, but no one's gonna know exactly what to do about you because you're going through you yourself, your own personal process, and you can't learn from everybody else because no one else is you. And I think that's the hardest part about personal evolution. That generational evolution, you guys are all kind of doing the same thing. Biological evolution through a species, you guys are all kind of doing the same thing. But personal evolution, making your own personal life choices, reacting to your own personal problems, that's all you. And you're going to feel lost, and you're going to feel like you're alone, that you're weird, and whatever, that no one likes you, because no one else knows what you're going through. And that's true, because no one does know what you're going through. But at the same time, people have had similar experiences, and they can help, but in the end, it's a process you have to go through. And I'm here for you, and you have people to support you, and you're going to be fine. I promise you're going to be fine. And this question has kind of gotten away from me a bit, kind of, just because it's such a broad topic that can't just be covered in a maximum of 15-minute video, because there's just so much there. Everyone is on their own evolutional journey, and everyone is going through their own process of making their own life choices, and we're affected by everything around us. And so you get to that point where you think, am I evolving for me, or am I evolving to fit the things around me? And that is a loaded question, because our brains are so smart, but so stupid that you can never really answer that question, because our brains will just automatically do something to fit in, because our brains just want to fit into everything. And so you get to the point of, oh, do I like this because I like it, or do I like it because someone else liked it around me, and I'm like, hey, that person's pretty cool, I should copy them. And that's when you have to go and set your foot down and decide, do I really truly want to do this, or am I really truly doing this because of some outward influence? And it's okay if you're doing it because of some outward influence. If it's influencing you in a positive way, then hell yes, go and do that. If you then go to like it, hell yes, then that's you. That's always going to be a part of you. Whether it's a phase, or whether it's a long-lasting thing, that's on you. And if you're doing it because you actually like it, not because everybody else likes it, then go you. Just don't do something either because it's the opposite of what someone wants you to do, or because it's what someone wants you to do. Because either way, you're not being true to yourself. You're just being either contrary or you're just following everybody. And either way, you're getting lost in the war that is to be ourselves. That's really what it is. It's a war to survive, to be yourself, to grow up. It is fighting a battle with not only yourself, but with society and with all of your loved ones. It's fighting that expectation that everybody has of you. And that is what personal evolution is. And one day you just gotta put your foot down and said, hey, this is what I stand for. This is what I'm going to be. This is what I'm going to do. And maybe something as big as like a political stance or a religious belief, or maybe something as small as, hey, I like to eat breakfast. I like to eat like eggs for breakfast in the morning. Because we're all going through a different journey, and even if it's as small as I like to take showers in the morning, or I like warm hugs, or maybe it's I am a feminist, or I am gay, or I am this and this and that. That is your own personal truth, and sometimes you just have to put your foot down and say, this is where I stand today. And maybe I'll be in a different place tomorrow. But right now, this is where I am. And that is what personal evolution is about. It's just discovering who you are and then fighting for that belief, but also acknowledging that those things can change. And that's what evolution is about changing and growing. And sometimes you feel like you're going like in reverse, that you were this great person at some point, now you're this broken human, and that's not going in reverse, that's pushing forward. Because yeah, you were good, you were that great person at that point, but things have changed. Maybe if it was like an hour ago, a day ago, or even like 10 years ago, you're a different person from who you were yesterday, and you're a different person from who you will be tomorrow. And that's okay to have bad days. That's about how you grow. Do you think we evolved from whatever being we were from because, hey, it was easy, we just chose to walk on like two legs and look the way we do? No. Stuff happens that we evolved to be the way we were. You know, we take up the majority of the earth for a reason. Either it's because we're shitty people or because we all evolved this way, but we did it for a reason. And it was a hard-fought reason to survive. And so you're here. You are here, and that is a miracle, and that is great. So, my challenge to you is, even if it's just a small something, put your foot down and decide something about yourself. And maybe it's just to decide to love yourself for today. Or you decide, hey, I look cute today. Or, hey, I'm going to talk to this person today. Or I'm going to call this family member today. Or maybe I'm just going to go outside for a walk today. You know, I'm going to eat an apple. I'm going to treat myself to chocolate today. Decide something that will help you improve as a person. Because you deserve it. I love you and I believe in you. So yeah, this question totally got away from me. But I hope you get something from it. And just to point out that I now am down to one question out of all the questions you guys asked me at the beginning of the year. I'm down to one. So if you really want me to continue this channel and not come up with bullshit, get to know you questions about myself, which I know you guys all hate because I'm a pretty boring person, please comment a question down below. I really love hearing from you guys. And I hope you guys are still having a great winter break. I hope you guys are having a great Kwanzaa. I hope you guys had a happy Hanukkah and a happy Christmas. It's a Merry Christmas. I can't even say Happy Christmas. I hope you guys are having just a great winter, if you don't believe in all that kind of jazz. And I love all of you. And I can't wait to hear from you. So long and thanks for all the fish. Be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes.